Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Nick and welcome back to Ohio Hikes. Today we are out at Alum Creek State Park. It is 45 minutes north of my home in South Columbus. And today we are doing the Rocks and Roots South Loop. It's a loop I've never been on before, so we're gonna have an adventure today. Here is the map of our state park. And we are starting at point M, so we're right there, and we're gonna be doing the South Loop, so we're gonna be heading down this way. It goes along the coast of the lake and then coming right back up to M. There is a north loop. We'll see how the temperature is today. We have a heat wave in Columbus this week. It's supposed to get higher of 91 today, with higher feeling than that with temperature and humidity. So we're gonna do the South Loop today. It's about 6.9 miles. This is the map, so we are going to go right across the street to that point and head on our South Loop. Let's have an adventure. So here we are coming up on our start of our loop. We just crossed the road, and here we have a split, so we should be going left, and that should be start. Now I did douse myself and tick spray because these are very thick woods, and I will be very surprised if I don't come home with a tick on me today. Like, it's very just thick and overgrown, so we'll see. I do have my hiking stick out with me today because I've already, just from the sunshine, seen that the trail is covered with spider webs. So we are going to be waving this in front of me because one thing about hiking is I don't like walking in spider webs. I don't know, just a weird feeling. Also, this is the first hike I've been on in 8.5 weeks, 9 weeks. So it's nice to kind of get out and come see a place I've never been to before. So that'll be nice. The reason I haven't been hiking is because when I was hiking the Scioto Trail State Park, which was my last video, I slipped and fell on the trail. I was going down a short decline, which is steep. I was stepping on rocks and trying to get some grip going downhill, which is not a problem. It's like what most hikers would do going down a steep decline. And the trail happened to just be wet from the previous day from rain, and I happened to just step on a rock that was a little slick, a little wet, and my foot went out from under me, and I went ass down onto that very rock. Didn't think anything of it. You know, slips and falls may happen when you're out on the trail. You know, not the first time I've fallen. You fall, you get up, and keep going. And went home. It hurt for a week, so I thought, okay, well, I just bruised it, not a big deal. I'd say 7 days, 8 days later, and the pain was just still real bad. And so one morning on a Monday, I decided to go see the doctor and had my tailbone x-rayed, and it turned out I had fractured my tailbone, which would explain why it hurts so much to sit, to lay, to move. So I had to deal with that for the last 6 weeks because there's nothing they can do. You just gotta let it heal. So I had to get a pad to sit on. I couldn't lay on my back when I slept. Surprisingly, it did not hurt as bad when I was walking, so didn't really affect my job much because I walk a lot during my job. And just sitting in the truck, driving, speed bumps were terrible. Really hurt and really painful. So here I am, healed, back out on the trail going for it. So kind of looking forward to it. Here we have a water crossing, and right across, and they've been kind enough to put up a rope because it's a little steep on the other side. So let's see if we can get down here. Good thing I have my trekking pole today. Kind of give me a little balancer to get across. Let's see. Okay, that cross wasn't so bad with the water. Stand up. This is sideways. Tripped on that log. All right, so coming up this way to your right is a lot easier than climbing up the rope. But hey, if you like an adventure, go up the rope. So that wasn't too bad. First water crossing. So we're out on the trail for a little bit now. Notice that our blazes are orange. They're not as close together as a normal trail would be. They're a little more sporadic and spread out, but they are orange. And got my tent pole, or my trekking pole here. I've been waving it in front of me to try and get spider webs, but it's not working very well. Still hitting them. The only one seen out here on the trail, which is nice. It's quiet, and I gotta say, this has got to be the densest hike yet in the forest I've been. It's pretty overgrown, so certainly going to be doing a tick check when I get home, because ticks are bad right now. I've had 3 out of 4 hikes so far. If I've had a tick that I have found. Only one attached itself to my arm, but the rest kind of just fell off, or I found later after I got home crawling on me. I do use Repel tick spray. It's in an orange or a red can, so I highly recommend it. But other than that, the trail's been pretty flat. I think it's only 368 foot of elevation gain on this, so not too bad. I can see the lake through the trees in front of me, so we should be coming out here soon to see the water. So as we're walking through here, there are random muddy spots throughout the trail. Here's one. It's not as bad, but highly recommend skirting the outside of the muddy spots. So there are logs you can walk across, roots you can walk across. So those haven't been that bad, but just to let you know, there's rain prior. You will come across muddy spots through this trail. So just FYI. So I forgot to start my watch. I've got a Garmin watch I use, and I forgot to start it at the beginning, so I don't know how far I've walked so far. It's really shaded in here because it's just so overgrown, and that's kind of why maybe I've only seen one variety of wildflower, and that was close to the start of the video. I haven't seen any others, so I don't know if it's just because it's so shaded, because what blooms here has already bloomed and done. So, you know, I'm not real sure. Hopefully once we get closer to the lake, we'll see some more. So far the trail's been pretty well maintained. It's open and clear. Not been bad. I've only had short, small, steep spots, but other than that, not too bad. Pretty nice. There's a lot of overgrowth, so again, I kind of douse myself in that tick spray, and I'm going to keep preaching that every time I go hiking, because even the pro hikers, Miranda, Dixie, Dan, have all talked about how bad ticks are this year. And being out here and finding ticks on me proves the point. Again, I've only had one attach, but I found it within a couple hours, so it wasn't that bad. But I'm still waving my hiking stick because there's a lot of spider webs on the trail. One right there. So bugs are not as bad. They'll hit you if you stop. As long as you keep moving, they don't really bother you. So let's keep on going. Oh, I just saw a hawk take off right in front of me. Let's see if I can sneak up on it. I did see some bucks. Sorry, I just hit my, trying to pull my phone, slipping a bug off my ear. Let's see. I don't see him. Oh, it's an owl. Oh, that's a big owl. Oh, wow. This is the first time on a hike I saw an owl. I've heard an owl. Wow, that's a first for me. I'll post a picture of the type of owl I just saw right now. So we're just going to keep on moving. We are apparently on the backside of the loop, so once we get done with the backside, then we'll get on the lakeside, and that trail takes us across the lake. So let's keep on trucking. Okay, so I just came out onto this road clearing. So we are at letter H, which is right there. So we started at M, so we started there. So we've done 2, 8, 2. So far we've done 1 mile. And we're gonna get across the road here and then continue on. So let's get the move-ins from the sign. Go across there. Once you cross that street and you do walk in, it does get very thick. It's very thick and dark. Trail's nice and open, but surrounding it's pretty thick, so shouldn't be too bad. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit ahead. All right, so we are coming out of the trail here, and I believe this is where the marina is, because there are a ton of sailboats parked right out here. Okay, the marina's on the other side of the lake. You can just see there are just so many just for this lake. But when you come out, there's a sign right there on the tree you follow, which heads off this way. So this is the way we are going to head. All right, so we are back on the trail. We just walked across the parking area. No restrooms. There are grills, so if you want to come out here and camp, there are a couple guys back there fishing. But so far we are on the water on this section. We are going to go into the woods a little bit. It shows, but so far it's been pretty flat. So on we go. Alright, so here we've come up across another road crossing, and it is a short, steep spot, so they have a rope here to help you get down if you need it. I'm gonna use my trekking pole to go down, kind of keep my balance, and then let's go slow. First thing I want to do is slip and break my tailbone again. Alright, so it doesn't go on the road, but there is a little off trail right there. But we're going to go right back into the trees. This section really is overgrown. You hear the water right next to me. There's a little running creek right there. You can't see it just because it's so thick in here. We're not totally in the dark. We do have little spots of sunshine, and we have deer tracks in the ground too. One right there. So we're not the only ones out here. I did see 3 bucks earlier, so hopefully maybe we'll see some more. But just want to get through this section. It is rather thick. So far, this has got to be the thickest we've been in so far. Getting some mud patches and it's tight. Overgrowth, undergrowth, limbs sticking out. I think this is the thickest we've had so far. It's more different to see it in person than on camera. It's not really showing how bad it is. Here's another muddy spot. Let's see. Yeah, definitely go around the outside of those. And then the overgrowth above is pretty thick. Another muddy spot. Alright, so it's pretty much mud through this section. Yeah, I need to come into this part and definitely do some trail maintenance because it's not so good through here. Let's see. Up over. Alrighty. Okay, still thick. Opened up a little bit, barely a little bit. Oh. Said it once, and I'll say it again. I'll be very surprised if I don't have a tick on me when I get home. The one good thing about this trail is they have the North Loop signs up so you don't get lost. So those are along the trail, which is nice. I did see a guy go past running with his dog. So I'm not the only one out here. So I haven't been flicking my trail pole the whole time since I've seen him, because I'm sure he got most of those when he was going through, but going through this thick part I've been a little more careful. So I don't know. Let's see what lies ahead. Alright, so we've walked on ahead a little bit and we're still getting thick overgrown spots, and I'm trying to use my trekking pole to push some of the plants out of the way. That way I'm not rubbing up against them and getting something on me. But it's in spurts. It's not all thick overgrown. Maybe 20 feet of thick, and then the trail opens up a little bit, and then you have 5 feet of thick overgrown, and then 50 feet. So the muddy spots continue randomly throughout as well. Those you just walk along the side and it's not too bad. I do hear cars up ahead though, so I'm hoping this opens up soon. Here's another thick overgrown section with mud. So we're just gonna try and carefully get through here. Alright, so it opens up for a little bit and then gets right back into thick. But you'll see when you go on a trail you've never been on, you just embrace the suck, get through it, and just keep on going. Alright, so we just passed into this section of the trail, and it pretty much turned into a dang near pine forest. There's a bunch of pines, and on this section there's a lot of poison ivy on the sides of the trails, so just be careful and heads up if you are allergic or you want to avoid getting it. So just a warning. So we just reached another thick spot. We had a nice quiet open spot for a while, or sorry, open trail. Now we're getting back into thickness. I did reapply some tick spray and some bug spray because I got a fly that will not leave me the heck alone. Even if I slow down for just a second, he gets on me. So keep on going. Yeah, there's more thick up ahead. Should have worn pants today, but because our heat index is going to be so high, I wanted to try and stay cool as possible. So or just keep on moving. Haven't seen anybody else. Haven't come out on any opening spots. I was hoping I could come across one of the parks because I got to use the restroom. But so far, this is what we're hiking in. All right, so I just checked all trails and we are 3/4 of the way done with our trail. So we're moving right along. I started the hike, I'd say just after 8:45. So it is now 10:52. So we're making good time. Probably a little slower than I want to, but I've had some obstacle courses called mud pits in front of me, so I just got to slow down and get through those without getting your shoe sucked in or slipping and falling. But other than that, this trail's been pretty much somewhat flat. You've had just a couple short, steep spots, not too bad. A lot of mud areas to get through, and a couple fallen trees, which aren't too bad. There's one you do got to crawl under, and just kind of get through these thicker, overgrown areas. But all in all, this hike's not too bad. It is starting to warm up. Thankfully, there's shade, being in an overgrown forest right now, so it's not too bad, but it is getting humid. So we will see. So far I'm at 11,640 steps, so if I'm not at least checking my miles, I'm getting my footsteps in. So we're going to keep on going, see where we go, and I would expect we'd be done in 45 minutes, hopefully, by the time we get finished and the pace I'm going. So keep on trucking. Alrighty, I don't know what this section is. It's like an old park area. It's all cement. I thought this sure would hopefully lead to the marina, because I'd like to sit and maybe watch the boats go out into the lake. But it kind of looks like an old parking area, come to think of it, because there's a road right there that leads in. So I don't know. But there's their sign. Once we get up here, I will see yeah, there's the little sign. It's hidden right there in the weeds, back into the thicket. So there it is. Yeah, look for that sign, but then the little one's right there. All right, in we go. This should be the last section of our hike. All right, so we're coming up on a road and it's locked. So don't imagine too many vehicles are coming down. There's the sign that points straight ahead, and that sign says group camp. So I'm thinking that's only open if they are expecting groups of campers who rent out that space. And then here is, yeah, so I was right, that earlier flat spot that we saw, here's the entrance to it, and it's just an old road. So they must have been an old parking lot where you could go and be along the shoreline that's just overgrown, that they just kind of let go. So I was right. We are going to head back into the woods. So we went from there, we're going clear over to here. And this should be the end of it. Once we get through this section, it should take us right out in the parking lot. So let's keep on going. we're here. We got a slight downhill. They've got some steps for you if you need them. I'm going to try and skirt my way around the side. And then down into the creek. Okay. Not too bad. Nice. Easy. Take your time. Yeah. So we just got a creek crossing. I'm gonna get down. Thankfully I brought my trekking pole. Alright. We are down in the creek. I don't know about the rest of you, but just the sound of the running creek is pretty peaceful. We are across and on we go. Alrighty, so we are coming up on the end of our trail. And you're gonna see what's on up ahead. Coming onto the parking lot. And I'd say it was a good hike today. A lot more cars out here when I got here, so definitely not alone on the trail. We're coming up on some Connex. I saw it on the way here, but probably just got to be for storage. Yeah. So, yep, right there. And then the sign, let me turn you around. Yep, and then there is the sign too. And over here is another map. So we just finished the South Loop. So I will come back Thursday and I will get the North Loop because it's getting hot and humid out. So yeah, another hike done. Hey, what's up everybody? Just finished up and I'm back in my truck. I do have the AC going, so if you hear that in the background, I apologize. Not a bad hike. I'm gonna come back and do the North Loop in 2 days. Today's Tuesday, so I'm gonna come back on Thursday, finish the North Loop. That way I can do the whole thing. It's about a total of 12.1 miles, I think, is what it is from South Loop to North Loop, the whole thing. It's getting humid today. It's already 91, and it's supposed to get warmer because we have a heat wave coming through Ohio. So I'm just kind of taking it easy, especially being my first hike after about 8.5 weeks. I'd give this hike about a 5 out of 10. Definitely some overgrown spots, muddy in some spots. Not too bad, you just skirt around the mud. One spot was real bad. I almost got my shoe sucked off, but I got through it. Definitely more cars in the parking lot than when I got here, so other people out on the trails well. Water was nice, got to see boats. I wish it would have gone through the marina, but that's okay. All in all, I'm gonna sit here and eat my recovery snack. If you've never heard of these, I found this at Aldi's and on Amazon, and it is a walking tamale. Definitely highly recommend these. You can eat them straight out of the packet. They're shelf stable, or put them in the microwave for a couple seconds and then they're nice and warm. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this, head home, and then I will see you again on Thursday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.